Hi friends, welcome to Oracle Aura, a space to absorb information for your soul's vibration. My name is Jada Christina and I'll be your host. Just to give you guys a brief little about me, I live in St. Pete Beach, Florida currently, where I am a certified yoga instructor, a meditation guide, and a soul coach. So I help people move past their limiting beliefs and align with their authentic inner peace. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me as we move through metaphysical, spiritual, and holistic methods of self-improvement. I've created this podcast just to provide a space where we can discuss all different types of self-improvement. I started my spiritual healing journey, I guess you could say, probably about 6 or 7 years ago. It was in 2014. And I had reached a point in my life where I was numbing. I was numbing my pain, my emotional and my physical pain with alcohol and toxic relationships and consumerism and all of these things that were just dragging me down. And finally, my soul said enough is enough. And I got to this point where I just started to awaken and I cut myself free of all the things that were holding me back. And now I feel that it's my mission to help other people do the same. Now that I've come into all of these methods that are natural, that help me align with my inner peace, I want nothing more than to help other people do the same. So that is why I started Oracle Aura, is to give you guys ways that are natural, that are holistic, that are spiritual, that help you align with the inner peace that you so deserve to feel, you so deserve to experience on a daily basis. Oftentimes we hear about enlightenment as something that has to be achieved. And this can kind of create an image of going on this huge outward journey to reach something external. But it's my understanding that everything we could ever desire is at the very, very core of our beings. So just like an onion, we have to kind of peel back those layers of societal conditioning and limiting beliefs and harmful habits and all of those layers of things that are covering up this beautiful inner peace that exists at the very, very core of our beings. So think about a newborn baby. Yes, they're crying when they come into the world, but for the most part, babies are so pure and untouched by the world's harm. They are just these little bundles of light when they're not crying for something they need, right? When they're not telling you they're uncomfortable or that they need to be fed, they're just these pure little bundles of light. So that bundle of light still exists at the very, very core of you. And my purpose with creating Oracle Aura is to give you ways to get back to that, to provide you with a variety of different ways for you to get back to that peace and that light that exists within you. Because when you are in that place of being aligned with that light, you are capable of so much more than you can even fathom right now. You can manifest relationships that you maybe never thought possible. You can manifest the life of your dreams. And you can honestly do anything that you could dream of. You're capable of doing when you're aligned with that inner peace. The hard work is tracking through all of those limiting beliefs and heaviness and fear and habits and all of those things that get put onto us as we get older. So in each episode, we'll discuss a different method for you to embrace your light and embrace your shadows so that you can feel like the most whole, worthy, peaceful, joyful, authentic, abundant version of yourself. That is my main mission with Oracle Aura, is to help you step into the best, most high vibrational version of yourself that you can possibly be, so you can feel your best and do your best and be your best every day. Now, speaking about that, I would like to touch on what our best really is, right? Because our best isn't the same every day. I read in this book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, that always doing your best isn't everybody else's best, it's your best, right? So whenever we're doing our best, it's going to look different day to day. And it's so, so, so important not to compare, because how your best looks on a day that you're sick is going to be different on a day that you're well and you're high energy. What matters is that you're showing up for yourself. And one thing we'll also touch on in this podcast is that your inner child always exists within you. So anything that you say to yourself is reaching your inner child. Think of the 5-year-old version of yourself. How would you speak to them? Would you say the things that you say to yourself now to that version of yourself? Would you speak to a 5-year-old the way that you speak to yourself now? If you're being mean to yourself and you're being harsh on yourself, the very, very, very first thing you can do to free your vibrational energy, to raise your energy, and to step into alignment with the vibration of love is to be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself, because you deserve to be spoken to like you would speak to someone you love. So we'll talk about that more in a later episode, but I feel that that's a good place to start. It's just consciously deciding to be kind to yourself. While we're here, I'd also like to touch on how I came up with the name Oracle Aura. An oracle is a person who messages travel through from the spirit world to the physical world. So while the spiritual realms are so helpful and so divine, the messages from the spirit world couldn't reach the physical world without the human voice, right? Maybe in another time they came to us in different ways, but right now there are people who experience things like claircognizance and clairvoyance and clairaudience who can hear and see and feel these messages. So I personally experience claircognizance, which is an inner knowing. And these are messages that I receive from the spirit world, and they can be from angels or guides or what I call the universe or the great mystery or source. I call it goddess or God, so many different things. It's all the same thing to me. But it's my belief that we all have the power to be oracles. We all have the power to channel these messages if we decide to. And your aura is your spirit body, your energy body. And it's so often the body that we ignore. You know, we spend so much time working out or doing these cut and dry methods for self-improvement. But really, our aura, our energy body affects everything. So Oracle Aura will be about two things: channeling light, channeling messages, channeling clarity through me, through other people that I interview, and maybe even it'll inspire you to channel messages and to open yourself up to this guidance from the universe, because the universe wants to give us the methods to do that house cleaning we need to do on our auras, to do the things that we need to do to raise the vibration of our auras so that we can be the best possible versions of ourselves. We came here to experience this life in the best ways that we can. We came here to feel good. And as Abraham Hicks say, feeling good is your birthright. And that's not to say that there won't be hardships and there won't be dark times in our lives, because just like everything in nature, we have seasons, right? Nothing in nature blooms all year. Just like we aren't going to feel like amazing rays of sunshine all the time. Sometimes it's going to be winter. Sometimes our branches are going to feel bare, and sometimes we're not going to feel like moving forward, and that's okay. It's all a part of it. So I can't wait to elaborate on all of these different methods of self-improvement for you guys, and just share an abundance of methods, of ways for you to metaphysically, spiritually, holistically improve the state of your physical body, your spiritual body, and your mind. So I'm so excited to share all these things with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Namaste.